The BCS era certainly went out with a bang in January. Auburn was just seconds away from a national title, only to see Florida State score with 13 seconds left to win it all. The Tigers needed a fantastic finish, a couple of great finishes along the way. They won the SEC title. The big question is, will they repeat, though, as conference champs in 2014? Tigers fans, enter the water at your own risk. Ray Crawford here for our CI Shark Tank and our resident Sharks and Pete Futek and Doug Chapman. Also joining us, our Auburn insider, voice of the Tigers, and good sport all the way around, Rod Bramblett, who joins us. And Rod, sell the Sharks here on why Auburn will repeat.
Well, let's start with the head coach, Gus Malzahn. 8 years at the college level. 6 of those 8 years he's played for or won a conference title. So he's been there and done that. Nick Marshall, second year as Auburn's quarterback. That's a first for Gus Malzahn, believe it or not. In all 8 years, he's had 8 different quarterbacks, believe it or not. He gets a second year with Nick Marshall. And boy, I tell you what, the improvement that Nick Marshall has shown carry over into this year. Auburn's going to be dangerous, and I think probably can and should win the SEC again.
I'm just not sure they can win it. Here's why. I love Marshall. I love that offensive line that's returning. I love that stable of backs. Upgrades at wide receiver, especially the JUCO level, going to get Williams. But defensively, can you stop people? Last year, you gave over 400 yards a game. In the SEC, that number was even higher. Road trips to Alabama, road trips to Georgia this year, teams you've struggled with since 2008 to beat consistently. I don't know if that defense is going to hold up or if Nick Marshall's going to hold up.
Well, that's a good point, but I tell you, Auburn's defense doesn't have to be much better, in my opinion, to have more success than they had last year because of Auburn's offense. Yeah, they lose Dee Ford, but they're going to have some more depth, some more talent on the defensive side, and you mentioned the schedule. It is a tough road schedule, but Auburn has a winning percentage of almost 70% to combined to all the places that they travel to on the 2014 schedule.
Here's my concern. You can be fantastic in the SEC and win jack squat. Ask Texas A&M, ask Georgia over the last few years. This Auburn team can be really, really good, but just if Nick Marshall's smaller, than my sister, you one shot. That's how you stop the Auburn offense. Hit him. He gets knocked out. All of a sudden, if they lose 2 games this year, they can be really good and not win the SEC championship. So you look at this SEC West. Arkansas is better. Mississippi State comes back loaded. Ole Miss is great. Texas A&M, LSU, Alabama, still fantastic. They can be great. You stick them in the Big Ten West, and I'm buying. SEC West, I'm not quite sold because there's so many other good teams there.
Well, I tell you, I like Gus Malzahn. I'm putting all my money on Gus Malzahn. He has shown the ability to get teams ready no matter the circumstances. It's going to be exciting. You're absolutely right about the West. You're absolutely right about the SEC West. But I think Auburn has all the tools and all the necessary talent there to win the thing again.
Doug, you've heard the pitch. You buying?
I'm going to go ahead and buy. I like what they've done last year. I like that offensive line. I love Nick Marshall. I like the upgrades at wide receiver. They may beat you 39-40. They're not going to stop you on that defense if they don't pick it up, so I'm going to go ahead and buy.
You ain't getting no Davis again this time around. I am hesitantly going to have to pass. I like Auburn, but there's so many other good teams out there. There's going to be in the mix. Obviously, Auburn's going to be a contender for the SEC championship. Not going to put him there, though.
Rod, great convincing argument.
Alabama's schedule's too easy.
Look forward to them contending, and perhaps at least Doug thinks they're going to win the SEC again.
He buys everything. He's got all the NFL money.
They showed me a lot last year.
All right, thanks to Rod Bramblett, Doug Chapman, Pete Futek as well. I'm Ray Crawford. We'll see you next time for more CI Shark Tank.